So, I just finished my third meal. And remember yesterday it was yesterday or the day before on the dog walk, I said, if you have, a legitimate comment that you want me to answer or discuss with you, please make it clear in the first line, because that's usually all I read when it comes across the screen as a incoming email. It doesn't say the whole thing. It'll just say so and so commented on or responded to, and then it'll have the first line of what they had to say. So while I was eating, I got a really interesting one. A dude writes in to me, at least I think it was a dude, because I don't know why so many people don't have a picture and they have these unisex names. So if you are a female, I apologize. And if you are in fact a dude, maybe a picture, a little bit more manly name or something, I don't know. I'm not burning you, I'm just saying I don't know which you are. Anyway, the question itself was really good. The question was, due to your past lifestyle or past violent experiences, where do you stand on... Hey, stop digging in my yard, honey. Damn this crazy dog. Where do you stand on gender equality? And so I thought, fuck, let me click and see if it says more. So I clicked, and it says, where do you stand on gender equality, i.e., hitting a woman back or defending yourself against a woman, this type of thing. Went on, but anyway, that was the basics of the come here, baby, come here, basics of the question. And I had to think about it in a minute, because I'm not truly, I'll be really honest with you guys, I'm not truly sure if I know exactly what the definition of gender equality is. I know that it had, I'm not saying I'm stupid, I know that the underlying majority of that answer, the basis of that answer, is it has to do with being 100% considered equal, men and women, which I do agree with. I think men and women should be treated 100% equal when it comes to women wanting to be in the armed services or in our military. When it comes to women's rights, I believe they should have all the same rights as men, and so on and so forth. So yeah, on that level, I think I stand on the side of someone who believes that women should have all of the same rights as men. Now, with that come all the same obligations, right? I don't agree with feminism. I tend to, the feminist people that I hear or watch or see anything on seem like they're absolutely knucking futs, out of their fucking minds. They think that the fact that Nike sells men's and women's shoes is gender biased, so yeah, feminism I think is crazy. Now, the second part of his question, how do you feel about hitting women back, or defending yourself, or whatever, however he put it. A lot of you out there are going to call me names and disagree and probably say a bunch of rude, mean shit to my answer to this, but I actually do believe that if a woman wants to approach me and square up with me and takes a shot at me, I will take a shot right back at her ass. Snap quick, motherfuckers. Now, I was, oh my God, 270 pounds, that's just not fair. Well, I think maybe that should be taken into account by said woman, because I think it's taken into account by every single dude that steps up to a fist fight with another man. The first thing they do is measure up the other man. They take into account their size, their shit, you know, this, that, the other. So, yeah. Do I think women should do the same thing? Probably so, because yeah, there are dudes out there like me that will in fact sock your ass right the fuck back. If you fucking hit me, I'm gonna hit you, and that's what you've earned, right? Just like if some dude hits you, that's what you earned, right? An ass whooping or an ass beating, however the case may go. You know, you may win, you may lose. I mean, I've known some gangster-ass chicks in my time that have done some gangster-ass shit. So, you know, you don't ever really know. Now, I guess there's a third part of that question that didn't really get asked. You know, he asked me where I stood on gender equality and asked me about this, would you hit a woman back thing. I think I answered those two things pretty thoroughly, but I think he left something out. And that question would be, would I, or do I guess it would be, do I condone the hitting of a woman first? Now that takes some more thought, right? Because don't fucking lie. If you're a dude out there, each and every one of you motherfuckers, don't lie, because we've all fucking gotten mad enough and thought about it at some point. I personally have never done it. I have seen some videos of dudes doing it where I fully thought, ha ha, bitch, you got what you deserved. So I guess I'm kind of neutral on that. A lot of the like I said, like feminist shit that I've seen, like these bitches are crazy. So I probably, if I was to have an encounter with one of them face to face, I probably would end up at least wanting to knock her the fuck out. I don't know if I would act on that desire, but I would probably end up at least wanting to. Now, that's only based on what I've seen, and those have been like videos on YouTube, you know, with titles like "Feminist Gets What She Deserves" or "Feminist Gets Owned" or blah 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 blah. So I don't really know what like a normal type of, you know, I don't know if there is a normal type of feminist or if there's a different type of feminist person who is, you know, more logical than like the people that I've seen in the way they think. But at least the ones I've seen look like motherfucking bitches I would just want to fucking kick in the fucking throat, you know. So yeah, man, I mean, that's whoever you are, whatever you are, there's your answer. I fully believe that women should have 100% equal equality and rights to men, but I also believe that comes with having 100% responsibility and for yourself and whatever you do when you're out there in the field or whatever the fuck you want to call it, the streets or whatever. You know, women fought long and hard to have equal rights, and now that we have them, don't be surprised if you run up on. I just watched a video, like this is what I'm talking about. Like, I just watched a video while I was eating. So I guess it's like this dude, I'll try to run through this quick. It looks like it's like his ex-girlfriend. She shows up at his house. He says to her at least 4 times, "Get off my property, please leave. Get off my property, please leave. Get off my property, please leave. I don't want to talk to you, please leave." She then runs up, does the natural ex-girlfriend thing, takes a swing at him, hits him a few times, and then she gets her ass dipped. Now, I'm laughing my ass off at this point. And all of a sudden, her like 2 or 3 girlfriends that are there with her, like, oh my God, you should never hit a girl. What are you, some kind of pussy? And then they start like scheming up their plan. Like one of them's like, call the police and say this, and the other one's like, yeah, do it. And it's like all these lies and shit. So like, whoever you were in that video, man, props to you, man. Beat that bitch's ass next time you see that hoe again. You know, if not for the simple fact that fucking she deserved it the first time, but for the fact she schemed on you the second time. So fuck that bitch. Yeah, she got what she deserved. Now, have I seen videos of, oh, you know the one that made me laugh the most, and it was like a really famous viral one, so you guys are going to know which one it was. But like, you guys remember the truck, or the bus driver, and like the chick was like fucking with him, and she like finally ran up and touched him or hit him or something, and he goes, oh, you're going to hell now, and he gives her this like fucking Ryu uppercut from fucking fuck, what's the name of that fighting video game? Shit, I don't remember. I just remember the one character's name, but shit, what the fuck name? What the fuck name of that? Anyway, the video game where like Ryu and there's like other characters and they fight and shit. But the bus driver gives it this. He goes, you're going to hell now, and he fucking like cocks back, and he gives her this like, you can like fucking uppercut, like she goes flying. Anyway, like that type of shit. Yeah, man, I mean, holy crap, how much can one person take, you know? And you women out there, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Like, you feel the same way. There's only a certain amount of jawboning and prompting, you know, whatever, that one person can like, mentally tolerate before they snap and want to either, you know, punch you in the face, or you get a kitchen knife and fucking lay your intestines out and see if they really are as long as the doctor said. Or, you know, go to the hardware store and get a hammer and a brand new box of nails and use every single one of those motherfuckers trying to see how many it takes to pin your ass to the wall. So, but that goes for either sex, right? Like, that goes both ways. Both, you know, sexes get, you know, to the point where they're breaking point. So, yeah, man, I think I answered your question. I hope I answered your question. I hope I made some feminists kind of mad. I'm sure I will get some fucking hater-ass comments, and to those, I will probably not reply, but I will say the few things normal people would say in retaliation to those comments right now. I will call you a white knight. I will call you Captain Save-A-Ho. I will, you know, all this type of shit that someone would say, so that I don't have to type it later, because I'm not a secretary. I don't like typing, and I don't want to have, you know, this type of a verbal battle with anybody I can't actually see. So, for all of you out there that, you know, want to try to provoke people, with, keyboard tough guy, or, you know, thinking you're so fucking smart, at least think about the things you say first, and put yourself in that situation and go, well, now wait, am I really right, or am I just trying to start some shit? Because if you're just trying to start some shit, the majority of the time, in my life anyway, that's how people have gotten their asses kicked. It tends to work out how it should in a fight. So, remember that. If you start a fight for no reason, you probably gonna get your ass kicked, because that's probably how God sees it fit to have happen. So, most times they work out how they should. It's just the way it is. It's, call it God, call it karma, call it, good or bad luck, call it my dog's bigger than yours, call it whatever the fuck you want. You know, call it funny Sonny wasn't so fucking funny. But anyway, till next time, I hope I answered your question, and I'm going to go play